Josh Allen paid. Joe Burrow paid. Tua Tagovailoa paid. Justin Herbert paid. Trevor Lawrence paid. Brock Purdy, he was the most recent quarterback that got paid. But what do all those guys have to do with one Lamar Jackson? Well, each of those quarterbacks getting their bread gives Lamar Jackson every single reason in the world, about 75 million of them, to be smiling from ear to ear. When the Baltimore Ravens first signed Lamar Jackson to his, at that point, record-breaking contract extension, it was always known that around next year, they were going to have to renegotiate his deal. They were going to have to redo his deal, give him a contract extension so they could lower his cap hit. Because this year, his cap hit is at $43.5 million. So while that is very, very significant, it's manageable for the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens can get by with that. That's okay. But then the next 2 years, in 2026 and 2027, that cap hit goes all the way up to $74.5 million. And as we know, the Baltimore Ravens, they always strap for cash. Now, that does not mean that they are cheap, because they do be spending some money, but they are going to want to make every dollar count. So shout out to EDC. Now, with this, EDC really doesn't have much power or leverage when it comes to the contract for Lamar Jackson. Obviously, this is something that they're going to want to get done. They're going to want to keep Lamar Jackson in Baltimore forever. Lamar Jackson ain't going nowhere. That's obvious. That's said and done. That's cemented in stone. We already know that. But Lamar Jackson, he can literally walk into EDC's office and say, I want this. No, as a matter of fact, I actually want that. And you're going to give it to me. And EDC really ain't got no choice unless he want to ride out with that $75 million cap hit, which he won't, especially if it's for the next 2 years. He got to give in. He has to. But again, it's not like it's going to be a power struggle or anything like that, because this is the way that the Baltimore Ravens always intended to do things anyway. But when you look at these guys, especially all the guaranteed money that they get, especially Josh Allen really reset that market for sure. Lamar Jackson got to be looking at that like, oh boy, yeah, I'm really about to cash in for real. And of course, we all know that he certainly deserves it. I mean, Lamar Jackson is the Baltimore Ravens. He is not the entire team, but what Lamar Jackson does for this team, it cannot be, there's nothing to measure it by. Because his impact is as a quarterback, his impact is as a playmaker, his impact weighs heavy on the offense, his impact weighs heavy on the defense as well. Lamar Jackson just does so much for this team, and that's what you expect your quarterback to do. But we know with Lamar Jackson, he goes above and beyond. Because obviously he continues to be the team's leading passer. He's a quarterback. That's his job. That's what it's supposed to be. But he's also been one of the team's leading rushers. And it was such a beautiful breath of fresh air last year when it was actually Derrick Henry and not Lamar Jackson who led the Baltimore Ravens in rushing yards. Because we've been waiting on that for a long time. Just somebody to take the load off of Lamar Jackson. And you see, when Derrick Henry came through, he really took a lot off of Lamar Jackson, but he allowed Lamar Jackson to give us even more and even better. So again, when it's time to renegotiate his deal, when it's time to step to the negotiating table with Eric DeCosta, I'm sure it's going to be the exact opposite of how it unfortunately was before. Because initially when it was time for Lamar Jackson to get his bread, it wasn't so easy as it's going to be this time around. Because last time he had to kick, fight, scratch, claw, beg. He had to do everything and more to get his contract. Even had to go through that the non-exclusive franchise tag, and oh my god, it was so ugly. It was a nasty scene in Baltimore. But we glad that the Baltimore Ravens, Eric DeCosta, Lamar Jackson, we glad that they all made it through, and that's way behind us now. But this time around, it's going to be the exact opposite because Lamar got all the power. As we know, Lamar Jackson is the number one quarterback in the league, but Lamar Jackson still has some obligations to fulfill so he can change his jersey to the number one. And he did say, once he wins the Super Bowl, that's when he wants to go from number 8 to number 1. But Isaiah Likely, he was talking to Kay Adams yesterday, and he said, hey, once Lamar Jackson takes care of that, once he fulfills that Super Bowl need for the Baltimore Ravens and he changes his number to 1, I'm trying to change mine to 8. And that would be clean for Isaiah Likely, because, I mean, the 80 works, but if he want to drop the 0 and just have a single digit as a tight end, that could look clean as well. Shout out to Kyle Pitts, by the way, but Isaiah Likely would be the better number 8 out of the 2. But Lamar Jackson, he let it be known how he would feel if that were to happen. He said, you know how people throw their old shoes on the power line? And he tagged Isaiah Likely to make sure that he saw it. He said, that's what I want you to do with this idea. Hang it all the way up. So Lamar Jackson shutting it down before it even gets started. He said, Isaiah Likely, you will not be wearing that number 8. I don't care what number you got, but it's not going to be that one. Now, we know they already had a 0 sugar cereal that tastes great, but Magic Spoon decided to pop out with the treats too. Now, you know I'm with it. Their treats are crispy, crunchy, and airy, and they don't have that chewy stickiness like protein bars do, which is a lot more ideal for us that are always on the go. Their flavors are double chocolate, chocolate peanut butter, blueberry muffin, and my personal favorite, marshmallow. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was tired of just talking about it. I had to take a bite, and I regret nothing. Now, not only do they have great flavor, these treats are high protein, no sugar, so they're really, really good for carb-conscious lifestyles. Each treat has 11 to 12 grams of protein, 1 gram of sugar, and just 1 to 2 grams of net carbs, so you can always get the fuel that you need on the go. But it doesn't stop there. Magic Spoon also popped up with the granola. Flavors that it comes in are honey almond, mixed berry, dark chocolate almond, and peanut butter. And the granola has 13 grams of protein and 0 added sugar. So Magic Spoon just taking it up level by level. They just continue to step up their game, because you already had the cereal that was 0 sugar with 13 to 14 grams of protein and 4 to 5 grams of net carbs per serving, but they decided, you know what, that's not enough, we need to do more. So they gave us protein treats and granola too. But I know what you're wondering now, how can you get your hands on these? Well, I'll tell you. You can use my code TKIC, or just click the link in the description. Try Magic Spoon treats or granola today and get $5 off. You can also find Magic Spoon in Amazon or your nearest grocery store. And Magic Spoon is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 100% happiness guarantee. So if you don't like it for any reason, they'll refund you your money, no questions asked. So click the link in the description to go to magicspoon.com/TKIC or scan the QR code on the screen for $5 off. I know you're gonna love it. So now we reach my favorite part of the videos, where we get to feature your questions. If you would like to take part in it, you can send an email to teamkeepitclean@gmail.com for the patrons. And if you'd like to join them and become one, you can go to patreon.com/engravenvids. You can send your question in a DM directly on Patreon. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all that's been getting the merch too. We got these hoodies in black, white, and red. So y'all make sure y'all check them out. Appreciate y'all. The link is in the description. If you ever want to send anything to us, the link is in the description. Check out the description, because they got some fire stuff in there. Now, let's get to the first fire question that came from my guy, Mike. He said, hello. He said, I've been watching videos for a long time and decided it was time to send in a question. Hey, I appreciate that, Mike. Thank you, man. Thank you for watching him. He said, after Ardarius Washington went down with an injury, people have been speculating on what the Ravens would do. Many people suggest that the Ravens would bring in a veteran from free agency. Although that could really help. John Harbaugh is known for playing guys he already has on his roster. Is he? I think it all depends on the situation. But anyway, let's continue. He said, after doing some research, I found Bo Braid, who was already on the Ravens roster. After watching some film on him, I saw that he is capable and could step in as our replacement for Ardarius Washington. What do you think? I think that would be fun. That would be fun to see how Bo Braid could be. Now, again, it would be risky business by the Baltimore Ravens, because they would have fourth-year safety Kyle Hamilton. He got it by now. He's in his role. First-year safety Malachi Starks, which I think, especially with his experience having played the quarterback position, that'll make him even better. But he's still going to have some growing pains and whatnot. And then second-year player who would kind of sort of be like a rookie, but not like a rookie, because he's been in the NFL for a year, so he knows how to be a professional and whatnot. But that would be Bo Braid. Could he be that third? He could, because, again, Ardarius Washington, we look at his situation. He was an undrafted rookie free agent. He's a guy that throughout the years, before last year, he would come in spots. He would be at slot corner. They would put him at safety a little bit. They would move him around and whatnot, but he never really had a permanent role. And then he missed a good amount of time due to injuries. But then last year, Marcus Williams happened. Eddie Jackson happened. So they said, Ardarius Washington, no, you need to go in now. You're going to be the starter. And he held it down. he was given so much responsibility, and he took it and ran with it. He killed it. He did an amazing job. So shout out to Ardarius Washington. So could Bo Braid be that? It's possible. It really is. But again, my thinking is I just wonder, especially because Bo Braid does not yet have the body of work like an Ardarius Washington had at this point last year. Because at this point last year, obviously before he started, they knew some stuff that he was capable of because they had been using him in a lot of different spots. With Bo Braid, they haven't really used him too. They obviously on special teams and a little tiny bit of safety when there's a blowout, but he hasn't been out there too much. So again, that's what OTAs are for. That's what the camps are for. That's what training camps for. That's what all that stuff is for. So Bo Braid, he could end up very well getting his opportunity, like our guy Mike said. And he said, finally, I want to let you know that you are valued and appreciated. I appreciate both your hard work and dedication to your YouTube channel, which is keeping Ravens fans like me in the know. I hope you have a blessed rest of the day. Keep up the great work. I appreciate that, Mike. You got me here ready to cry. We often talking about the safeties and stuff, and then you go and do that, man. I appreciate that though, man. Thank you for real. That's really special. You all appreciate it too. I appreciate that message. I appreciate your question. I appreciate everything, man. So thank you, man. Hey, Uncle Engraving, it's been a while. Next question came from my guy, Gerald Sports Jr. He said, hey, Uncle, what's going on? It's been forever since I sent you an email. And my fault for not sending emails because I was focusing on finishing up school, which now that I'm done with just waiting on my high school diploma to take the next steps to my goal. And I felt like I always spammed you with emails, so I didn't want to be annoying. And I would like for you to show up to my graduation. That will be on May 29th. The time is 6 p.m. I appreciate that. I appreciate the invite. I don't know if we will be able to make it, but I do appreciate the invite for sure, man. I did receive it. He said, I can understand if you can't make it, but if so, that would be awesome to have one of my favorite Ravens YouTuber, the GOAT, come see me take that next step in life. Also have watched the videos and still shared it out with others, but to Ravens football. I appreciate you doing that. Thank you for doing that. And thank you for even considering us to be invited to your graduation, because that is a very, very special moment. I know that tickets be limited for stuff like that too. So I appreciate that a lot, Gerald. Thank you, man. He said, I loved our draft picks a lot, man. My top 5 favorite picks from us are Mike Green, Malachi Starks, Emory Jones Jr., Aeneas Peebles, and LaJohntay Wester. The reasons are that they fill in a need that we need now. They add depth to what we need, and I feel like Wester is a shadow clone of Zay Flowers with his speed, route running, and him being an awesome punt returner. Yeah, I think Zay Flowers, obviously I think LaJohntay Wester, that's going to be his best opportunity to get a spot on a roster and a chance to really make an impact on his team. But I feel like with Zay Flowers, I don't want the Ravens to do it. I do not want the Ravens to do it because I hate it when they put Hollywood there because it was like, what are you doing? But I feel like Zay Flowers would be an amazing punt returner. Amazing punt returner. But Ravens, do not do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Anyway, he said, I saw that Ardarius Washington got hurt, which sucks. So who I think we should sign to replace him is Justin Simmons because he's still one of the best safeties in the league. He's a Patrick Mahomes killer, and I always wanted him here. But if not him, then I would be fine with Jamal Adams. Oh, so you want a linebacker as safety. I know Jamal Adams sort of that hybrid linebacker / safety. He said, also, Derrick Henry getting paid. Hopefully, Kyle, Tyler, and Likely are next in line. But that's all. Sorry for the long message, but I had to make up for not sending one in forever. Look. Don't ever feel bad for sending a bunch of messages, a bunch of questions from Team Keep It. Don't ever feel bad about that. Never. Like, shout out to my guy Javo. That's why Javo sends probably the most questions out of everybody, but I ain't got no problem with it. I got zero problem with it. Because what Javo will do, he'll send in one question, and then something else will come to his mind. Then he'll send in another question. Then something else will come to his mind. Then he'll send in another question. And sometimes those questions will have multiple questions in them. But Javo don't feel bad, as he shouldn't, because that's not a shout at Javo. That's a shout out to Javo for continuing to send questions. Because, again, y'all make the videos what they are. Y'all do, not me. The questions are the part that take up the most time for the videos usually. Sometimes there could be a lot to talk about, but it's usually y'all. So y'all got it. So, hey, follow what Javo is doing. Something come to mind, but send it. No problem with that. Sometimes getting a lot of questions, sometimes we could be a little overwhelmed with questions, but nah, it's fine, man. Do your thing. It's fine. We don't put the email in every single video. We don't say it in every single video for you to be like, oh, no, I'm not going to send a question. I shouldn't send a question. No, send it. Don't feel bad, man. Don't. Anyway, he said, I had to make up for not sending one in forever, and I would like for us to work together in the future if you're cool with that and help out my channel grow. and help me get closer to 1K. I'm at 778 right now, so hopefully I can get there, but that's all. I pray you and the family, including Ravens Flocks, have a safe and lovely day. God bless y'all, man. Oh, yeah, for sure. You know I'm down, man. I'm down. We could help you get to that 1K, because that'll be nice to see that K next to your name, because the 78, that's a lot. 778, like, think about 778 people in the room, right? Like, you can't fit 778 people in the room unless you got some, like, huge, crazy sized house or something like that. But normally, 778 people in the same room, you can't fit 778 people in a movie theater. Think about that. Like, how many seats are in a movie theater? Maybe 100, something like that. So you can fill up about 7 to 8 movie theaters with everybody that's subscribed to it. Think about that. That's a lot. That's a whole lot. So that's something to be very, very grateful for and appreciative of. And keep doing your thing. But yeah, I am certainly down to work with you for sure.